Hey there, this is Beth, the Sweet Urban Living Lady, and today I want to talk to you about one of the myths and misconceptions about essential oils. A lot of people believe that the quality of an essential oil reflects the price of an essential oil, and that's not necessarily true. A lot of essential oil companies throw out words like therapeutic grade and things like that to show that they have the best, highest quality essential oils out there, and that should justify spending a lot of money on essential oils. Now, before I sound like I'm bashing anybody, I'm not. What I'm trying to do is make us understand why some essential oils cost more than others and the difference between quality and purity of essential oils. So this past weekend, my family and I went to an apple festival, and I bought lots of apples, and I have grand plans for making lots of different things with my apples. Now, as I was going through my apples, I came across one that didn't look so good. In fact, let me show it to you now. It looks pretty good here, but as we turn it around, we notice it's rotten. Now I look at this apple, and this one's pretty good. No nasty rotten spots on this apple. So my question to you is, which of these apples would you want me to make apple juice with and serve to you? Now, of course, you're going to say not the one that has the big rotten spot because it's rotten. But my point when it comes to essential oils is both of these are apples. So if I squeeze this apple and give you apple juice, I can say this is 100% apple juice. Or I can squeeze this apple and give you the apple juice out of it, and I can still say that this is 100% apple juice. So just because this has a rotten spot doesn't make it less of an apple. It's still an apple, and anything I make from it would be an apple product. So that's one of the differences that people have to understand, is that just because one brand says frankincense and another brand says frankincense and another brand says frankincense, it could all be frankincense. It's not necessarily, and they're all from a frankincense or boswellia tree is where frankincense comes from. They're all from the boswellia plant. They may not be the quality you want. This apple with no rotten spots is a higher quality than this one with this rotten spot. But I can truthfully say to you that both of these are apples, and I could truthfully make apple juice with them and say they're 100% pure. So quality is not really a word that we use with essential oils. There's no FDA, there's no overseeing body that calls something grade A, grade B, therapeutic grade, or anything like that. Quality totally has to do with, is it rotten? Is it good? Is it bad? That's quality. Now, purity is different, okay? So we do want our oils to be pure, and a lot of times the companies that charge more are going through steps to make sure your oils are pure and not rotten too. So one of the things that we look for in our essential oils is we want them to be unadulterated. So adulterated means that someone has taken something of poorer quality and added it to our essential oil. So they've taken our good apple and they've added something of poorer quality, rendering it adulterated. So we don't want adulterated essential oils. Another thing that we want to be careful of is something that's standardized. I don't know how many people I've had come into my shop and they want to buy essential oil of lemon for the same price that they would buy essential oil of frankincense. And you can't do that. One of the ways that companies get away with the same price on an essential oil is they standardize it. And what that means is chemicals are either added or taken away from an essential oil in order to include the same percentages of chemical constituents. Chemical constituents are the active parts that either lift us up or calm us down or make our tummies not upset. Those are the chemical constituents inside the essential oil, and by taking some out or adding some in, we standardize a product. And that sounds good. And a lot of times companies do that is because we smell something and we want the same smell over and over and over again. We don't want ups and downs in our smells. But there are ups and downs in our growing seasons. It depends on where your essential oil plant is from. So a lot of times there may be lavender that's grown in France or lavender that's grown in Italy. Some people grow lavender in the mountains of North Georgia. And so that's one factor right there. The soil quality, the amount of rain that we got or didn't get can also affect the chemical constituents, the chemical makeup of the plant, therefore the essential oil. So purity may mean that they have standardized it, and so it's no longer quite as pure because they have included, they've added extra, or they've taken something away. Another one is synthetics. Purity is the absence of other essential oils or filters inside your essential oil. It's something that can actually be measured. Whereas, back to quality can't be measured. We can say, yuck, I don't like it, but there's not a scale. There's nothing we can test on this besides our extreme dislike of the idea of someone giving you apple juice from this apple as opposed to this apple, right? So this is not something that can be measured, but purity can. Purity can be measured by what is added in or taken out, and sometimes the things that are added in, as in standardized, are the same things. So I may take, back to my lavender, I may take lavender that's grown in North Georgia and lavender that's grown in Italy and blend them together to get a standard and do this, make sure, well, let's say there was a drought in Georgia and the lavender crop didn't do so well. So now I might have to go get some lavender from somewhere else. If I'm making a standardized product where everything is the same over and over and over again. When it comes to synthetics, these synthetics are chemical substitutes, or they're made by chemical synthesis. And they're made to imitate. So it may be a lemon smell instead of really made from lemons, which doesn't make sense because lemons are not that expensive. But frankincense is expensive. And so they may substitute something, a synthetic, chemically made, chemically synthesized compound that smells like frankincense, but it's really not the same. When I owned my herb shop, one of the things that we did is we would have evening classes. And one evening we had spa night. We set up tubs with warm water and we let our customers pick the essential oils they wanted to put in the bath while they were pampered. And so we did like different sniffs. Oh, do you like this one? Do you like that one? Some of the clients liked the least expensive frankincense we had on the shelf, and other clients liked the most expensive we had on the shelf. Quality is up to you. Now, just because I used the example of this apple compared to that apple, it doesn't mean that the product that was less expensive wasn't a quality product. It didn't mean that at all. It means that it appealed to that person, that the chemical compounds that were in the less expensive product appealed to that person, whereas the ones that were in the more expensive product appealed to someone else. When you're talking about essential oils and the companies that you're buying from, what you want to ask about is purity. Are your essential oils pure? Because quality is something that is not measurable. Quality is something that is up to the person who is smelling it. Does it please you? I hope this helps you understand the difference between quality and purity, and the myth that essential oils are more expensive because the quality, this particular brand has a better quality than that particular brand. We're not looking at quality, we're looking at purity. Is your essential oil brand pure?